Hey guys, what's up? Ian here from Mid-America Prep. Thanks for tuning in and watching. So, growing up, I was around firearms quite a bit. But the one thing that was kind of different about me was that even though I was trained and I knew all the safety rules about firearms, I never had my own firearm until I turned the age of 15, where my now deceased father-in-law gave me my first bolt-action 22 at the age of 15 for my birthday. Now, the first time I ever shot a gun was my grandfather's 30-06, and I don't remember what model of gun it was, but he wanted to go out and make sure the gun was sighted in and ready to go for deer season. And so we went out to the pastures and put some targets up, and, you know, we shot the target 2 or 3 times, and he said, "That's good, that's all we need to do. Make sure it was good from the last year before." And I still have that box of Norma 30-06 on my shelf in here. It's pretty cool. But having my own gun, I think, would have turned me into a heck of a shooter. My own little 22 to take out to the field and have some fun with. I never got that chance. I always had to borrow somebody else's gun. Now, my dad, he had a single shot, I think it was a Savage Model 8, and one of the original Marlin Model 60s, and some 22 pistols. My grandfather had shotguns and rifles and stuff, but I never got to go out and have fun myself. And so, the most modern thing now is, child size single shot 22s. And Cricket and Savage both have great models. I think it's the Davy Crockett or Davy Cricket 22 or whatever it is. And then the Savage Rascal. Well, right now I have an 8-month-old child, and I want to get him into shooting as soon as possible. And I want him to have his own gun, and he's going to learn on that gun, and he's going to treat it with respect. Well, this last weekend I went to a pawn shop and I found this gun right here. This is, let me get it over here, a Western Field. I don't know if you can read that. A Western Field model XNH 804, chambered in .22 caliber, and it will shoot shorts, longs, and long rifle, as many bolt-action 22s will. Now, this is a single-shot 22. It's a cool little gun. You gotta close the bolt, and you have to cock it, and then pull the trigger, and it fires, as it should. Has these really cheap looking cast sights. You can put a scope on there, but look at this. If I can get my camera down there, you put a scope on it, but you still have little peep sights. That's pretty neat. Now, this gun's a little bit bigger than it needs to be for a child-sized gun, which is fine, but I'm going to restore this gun. Now, if you can tell these marks on there, it looks like somebody's taken a little grinder to it many years ago and then put a new finish on it. I don't know if they were going for some texturing or some grip or what it was. Maybe a kid. But this thing has some history. Whoever JB is, I bet you they shot a lot of targets, a lot of tin cans, and a lot of squirrels with this thing. It's a pretty cool little gun. It's pretty beat up. Got some major pitting on it. Now, I've restored several firearms in the past. I did videos on them. I restored a Savage Model 340C. I've done 2 Mosin Nagants. I've done an old single-shot 22, H&R. And I think this will be a great little project and something to turn into a relic, more or less, for my child. Now, I had some pretty cool ideas, putting his initials in here or anything like that. But if I do that, I'm going to do it with a CNC. I have a friend who has a CNC router. You can put his initials in there. But this thing is pretty neat. Pretty beat up, but once I get done with it, you won't even be able to tell. Now, I think I'm going to be doing a small little series on this, but I have to be careful with YouTube's new rules that I don't show any manufacturing of a firearm. And I'm sure redoing a stock is not necessarily manufacturing a firearm as much as more so, woodworking. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get all these little nicks out and everything. Not every one of them, I don't think, because these are pretty. I mean, it's smooth to the touch, but these little darker marks, these are deep. This is pretty rough right here, guys. So I'm pretty excited for it. And I want you to follow me over on Mid America Prep on Instagram. I'll be posting, frequent updates on it. I'm gonna de-blue and re-blue the barrel. I've done that before. It's a pretty cool process. I've done hot bluing and cold bluing. The only problem is, look how much slack this bolt has. Look at that. Now I shot about 50 rounds in it this last weekend, and it shoots dead on. These little peep sights here, they're adjustable. You can kind of tell the elevation there, but yeah, they're dead on. They work pretty well. I'm probably gonna have to repaint this, make it look good. Redo these here, make it match. But I'm kind of excited for it. Now, being that it's a Western field, there is no real history for it, because these were like a small mom and pop shop type gun. I think Montgomery Ward made and sold them. Like Sears Roebuck probably sold them. All kinds of stuff. It's kind of hard to tell who made it and who sold it because there's no history on these things. Zero. Usually when you look up something, it'll say, look up, actually in the book, my blue book, it says Western Field, and then it says also marketed underneath Montgomery Ward. So you go back in the book and you look up Montgomery Ward, there's nothing from Montgomery Ward either. So that's going to be kind of a cool little project. For $100, I got a cool little gun that my son can keep for the rest of his life. And we're going to shoot tin cans and squirrels and everything else out there. Take it on his first rabbit hunts. Whatever else you want to do as a child. Safely. Following the rules of firearm safety, of course. And he won't be shooting this until he can recite those front and back. Tell me how every part of a firearm functions. How to load it, how to unload it safely. All that kind of stuff. So anyways, keep coming, carry on, guys. You guys stay safe. See you later.